great aunt Faye Zwiebeln was not a member here. She was a member at a synagogue over in Ladue in Clayton area, whose name is escaping me right now. But she passed about a month and a half ago from cancer. And we weren't really that close, but I would see her every Passover. We would go to my great aunt's house, and she would always be there. She would always have a good thing to say to everyone. And she always made the gefilte fish, which I could never eat because she never ever figured out that gluten-free recipe. But I've been told it's very good. But unfortunately, she's still remembered by her mother, who has now had to see 2 of her children go. And Passover is going to be very different from now on. It's a fancy matchbook.
Put it in one of the candles. Yeah.
So I mentioned that I was thinking of my parents, and I'd like to share a story. My parents were Holocaust survivors, and they were from Poland. And my father was from a small town called Sachachin in Poland that had like 400 Jews in the town. And I am part of a group that have gotten together to restore the cemetery of Sachachin, of the Jewish cemetery of Sachachin, which was started really by these 2 other people that I grew up with. Survivors find each other when they come to America, and we were family to each other, so, because none of us had any other surviving family. And this last December, a lot of chatter started online. We have a touch point person, a family that who is non-Jewish, and this has been a reconciliation process between the Jews, and he's representing the non-Jewish Polish people from Sachachin, sort of. And my father never spoke of what life was like before the war or during the war. And one of his best buddies wrote a memoir, which I received like 2 years ago, because they were in all the labor camps and concentration camps together. So it's like I've been getting to know my father again, a part of his life that I absolutely never knew before. And also what life was like for them in their town and their family. And so I'm part of this group of descendants of the Jews from Sachachin who, some of them fled in the 20s because of the pogroms, and then a few of them are the Holocaust survivors. So So really this last year and a half, it's just, I just really wish I could be with my father again, because I know a whole lot more about his life than I ever did before.
Anyone else want to share? So we'll read chanted line from Eicha, from Lamentations. It's traditionally read on Tisha B'av. Who has read Lamentations before? A few of us. It's incredibly visceral. It's raw. It's like touching a nerve or like an electric socket, and it's composed and it's artistic and it's just so raw. And it's the emotion of grief and it's the emotion of loss. So there is this tradition that it's what we read on Tisha B'av, and we end with the very last line of Eicha. Then we go back and read the second to last line as the final line, because the second to last line is the hopeful line. And we can't help ourselves, even in the muck, even in the holiday, even in the day that is designed to just sit in it. We still move a little bit towards hope as we walk out. So we'll chant this, then we will say the Mourner's Kaddish. And it's long been a CRC custom to walk out of Tisha B'av in quiet, in silence. So we'll invite you to do that. We have Rabbi Susan's Sephardic eggs. So whether or not you've been fasting today as sort of a taste to take with you, a little bit of the old and a little bit of the renewal altogether is the idea with these Sephardic eggs, which are traditionally cooked for the better part of a day. So we take our journeys with us. So I'll chant in the traditional Eicha trope. This is on page 3, I guess, above Eli Eli, and then we'll all rise for Mourner's Kaddish. Lama lanetzach tishkachenu ta'azvenu liorech yamim hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yamenu kekedem ki ima'os mastanu Katzahafta Aleinu ad me'oho Hashivenu Adonai elecha V'nashuva Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. And on the very back page is Mourner's Kaddish. That's very small, I'm sorry. These ancient words, as Rabbi Susan reminds us, don't mention death, but affirm life. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, V'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam l'olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei t'kudusha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'miran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. L'sei shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. I'll go pull the eggs out. Thank you, everyone, for gathering. Thank you for sharing these memories and these names.